And a wet winter we'll be glad to see the back of, but was it really as bad as we thought? And a wet winter we'll be glad to see the back of, but was it really as bad as we thought?
Good morning to you both, morning to you at home too. Well, the start of meteorological spring is just around the corner, but winter is certainly ending on a bit of an unsettled sort of note, so the weather a bit up and down day to day at the moment. This was yesterday in East Sussex, so it was quite blustery and many of us saw some outbreaks of rain yesterday. So there's a bit more of the same today. It won't be as windy as it was yesterday, but still a bit of showery rain in places. And the weather's looking pretty mixed today. We've got a lot of clouds, some showery rain, but there are brighter and fresher conditions developing from the northwest.
Don't be fooled by the recent mild weather. Sarah, it comes after a very, very, very wet time.
It certainly does, Naggy, for some of us. Yes, good morning. It's that time of year. Spring is just around the corner. And as we end the season of winter, the Met Office have released their provisional look-back statistics for how the weather has been over the past 3 months. And it's felt really relentlessly wet in places. But actually, on a UK-wide level, it's not a remarkable winter. We have seen conditions just 9% wetter than average, although huge regional variation. Sunshine has been in short supply for many of us, and actually it's been mild, so temperatures have been above average. But just looking at this map, which shows the wettest areas compared to average, anything blue is wetter than average. It's been particularly wet this winter across the east of Scotland and across parts of central southern England. Still lots of groundwater flooding here for the likes of Wiltshire and Hampshire, and actually for the likes of Cornwall and Dorset. It's been the second wettest winter on record. So contrast that to the northwest of Scotland, that's been about 30% drier than average for many areas. So real variation. A theme for many of us, though, has been that sunshine has been lacking. Anything grey here shows a lack of sunshine, particularly dull conditions for eastern Scotland and parts of northeast England as well. Our winters are becoming wetter because of the influence of climate change. So for every degree of warming we have in our atmosphere, the air holds about 7% more moisture. So yes, our winters are becoming wetter. Downpours are becoming more frequent and more intense too. Thanks, Charlie. Good morning. Well, this is a picture from Wolverhampton this morning, and it's probably quite familiar to lots of people. We've had a lot of puddles, still lots of groundwater flooding across parts of southern England in particular. And again, we've got some drizzly rain coming out of the sky. It's not going to be raining all day today, though. It's a really mixed picture, depending on where you are.
It's the world's most lucrative franchise, generating more than tens of billions of pounds. Today, Pokemon celebrates its 30th birthday.
And now a theme park where Pikachu still steals the show. Shaima Khalil, BBC News, Tokyo.
Sarah's got the weather for us. Sarah, I was watching that film. Pokemon, does that have a part in your world?
Well, I have to say I haven't collected too many Pokemon myself, but I do live in a house. We have got a few Pokemon fans in the house. So, yes, those cards, they find their way everywhere, the little Pokemon cards.
Yeah, some of them are really valuable. You know, so
I know. I need to clean them up, don't I,
yes,
and go and
absolutely.
find the valuable ones.
There's an incentive.
I do, yes. Well, good morning. The weather out there this morning is looking very mixed in different parts of the UK. There is some blue sky, there's some sunshine around. This is the picture in Dumfries and Galloway at the moment. Certainly not everywhere, though. We've got thicker cloud further south across England and Wales, producing showery outbreaks of rain.
Hi, Lewis. And, well, the Met Office have been releasing their winter stats, which tell us that it's been an incredibly wet winter for parts of the UK. Now, the records go back for 190 years, so nearly 2 centuries, and it's been the second wettest winter on record for parts of Cornwall, Dorset, the third wettest for Hampshire, the Isle of Wight, along with County Down and parts of eastern Scotland. So the rain really has been exceptional for these areas. There have been parts that have seen less rainfall than normal, really across the northwest of Scotland, where it has been a lot drier.
But we're in for a bit of a chillier weekend, actually. We're still in a very mild air mass at the moment, so today it is still quite mild. We've had an awful lot of clouds so far, little bursts of rain, in fact quite heavy drizzle for some places, but the cloud is thinning, breaking. This afternoon is looking a bit drier and a bit brighter. We may even see some sunshine.
Hi, Lewis. Well, we've got quite a mixed weather picture, really, to take you through the rest of this afternoon. There is some sunshine for Scotland and for Northern Ireland, but England and Wales having a lot of cloud, and that cloud is thick enough to bring some patches of light rain and drizzle.
Hello there, a very good evening to everyone at home. Well, we all got to see a little bit of sunshine here and there this afternoon, and into the weekend. It will be bright on Saturday by the afternoon, and it will also feel fresher as well. It's been a very mild week of weather, but temperatures dropping back to where we would expect for the time of year. So it will be quite blustery through Sunday with outbreaks of rain on the way.
So what have we got in store this weekend? Here's Darren Bett. Are things going to change, Darren?
Well, it looks like it is going to be turning a bit drier for the start of spring, Rita. And today, many parts of Scotland and Northern Ireland were dry. Plenty of sunshine around, but here it will turn frosty overnight tonight. Different story, though, for England and Wales. It runs into high pressure, something that we saw very little of during the winter. And ahead of that dying out rain, we could get some warm sunshine across some eastern parts of England on Monday.
Into the weekend, we're into spring on Sunday.
We are. First day of meteorological spring, and next week it's probably going to feel a bit more like spring. Although this week, of course, we did have the warmest day of the year so far on Wednesday. Londoners everywhere were celebrating that sunshine. Haven't seen too much in the way of sunshine, or at least we didn't this morning. This was earlier at the Barbican. You can see grey skies. We even had some light rain and some drizzle. But this afternoon in various places, just a little bit of this, and the blossom, of course, reminding us that it is going to be spring on Sunday.
Hello. England and Wales have had a pretty cloudy day with outbreaks of mostly light rain on and off. Further north, we've seen some sunshine move into Northern Ireland and Scotland, with the weather cheering up through the afternoon.
And with spring now just around the corner, are brighter days ahead, or is there yet more rain to come?
And Becky is in Cambridge for us. And now I know, Becky, we were spoilt earlier on in the week with a little bit of sunshine, and now it's got chilly again. Please tell me we're going to go back to the sunshine again.
I could tell you that. I mean, I could tell you. I'm here to please. We are going to get a little bit more, but frankly, the countdown from the end of winter has now begun, and not a moment too soon. Welcome to the absolutely exquisite Fitzwilliam Museum here in the centre of Cambridge, looking particularly beautiful here in this, as you say, increasingly chilly Friday evening. Now, meteorologically speaking, we are only now one day away from what has felt like the longest winter. And if you've been feeling pretty gloomy recently, well, you are definitely not alone. We've had some statistics out, and as you can see, we have only seen 80% of the expected sunshine across the UK through this winter. And of course, a lot is lost in that averaging, because we are expecting those numbers to come out as the fifth dullest since 1910. And there's some record-breaking details in there as well. When you dig under those averages, you can see that we've got Aberdeen, for example, that saw 21 miserable days with no sunshine at all. And that indeed, as I say, is a record. Now, when you compare that to what they've actually seen for the whole of winter, they only saw 98 hours of sunshine over this winter. That's half of what they should have seen. Compare that to what Tippenham in Suffolk saw just on Wednesday this week, and that was 9 hours of sunshine. I think we're all ready for this winter to finish. But as you can see, we saw some gorgeous signs of spring through Cambridge today, with those really still quite mild conditions. It really has not been a moment too soon that we're really hoping for this winter to be over and spring to begin properly. St David's Day on Sunday. Let's have a look now at that forecast. So let's have a look now at the all-important weekend conditions. A little bit of something for everyone in here. We are expecting rain to be clearing eastwards throughout the day on Saturday. The best sunshine will be away from East Anglia, where I think the cloud and rain will probably hang in there for the longest. Sunday, I'm afraid, not looking to be particularly cheerful. It's going to be largely cloudy, wet, windy. The strongest winds are expected across more western parts. So admittedly not the most promising start to a long-awaited spring, but as the saying goes, in like a lion, out like a lamb. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. All we can do is hope for something better. Have a lovely weekend.
All right, Becky, thank you.